Hello you guys, welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Today, not like usual, there's cloudy sky in the sky and it's probably gonna rain later, so but it's perfect weather for me to talk about the 5 things I hate. The 5 things I hate about buying and owning this scooter. So let's get started. So the first thing that I hate about owning this scooter is getting the MCO. That's the manufacturing certificate of origin. So basically, in order to register with the DMV, you need the MCO and also the bill of sale. You need to bring those both to DMV for it's a requirement document for you to register your scooter. And depending on the website or where you bought it from, usually it takes for 1 to 2 weeks to arrive at your house. And in my case, it took about 3 weeks. And basically, I have a scooter at home that I cannot ride on the street because I didn't register it yet. So that's a pain on the butt to wait. And there's a lot of horrible story that people sometimes they never receive the MCO, so it never arrive home for them, and also sometimes they send them one, but then the information in the MCO is incorrect. So that's the one thing I hate about buying and owning this scooter. Now the second point is that I hate is doing the pre-check and the assembly of the part. Um, for my scooter, I need to put in the mirror, the storage box, and battery. So that's not that bad, but some of them come with not 100% assembled. So basically, some of them you have to install the handlebar too. Lucky for me, this scooter you only do a little bit. So, but because you buy online, basically this is the dealer work that you have to do, because there's no dealer, right? So you have to do their work. You have to do, and also another problem is you have to do all the pre-check, right? You have to check all the bolt of the scooter, everything aligned, or all the wire need to be nice and neat and organized, because if you don't do those kind of stuff, and when you take a ride, even you turn the steering wheel and it snap on the wire, then there you go, you have a big problem. So that's the second thing I hate the most about buying and owning this scooter, right? So the third thing is like everybody complaining is because this is a cheap Chinese scooter, so the quality is not there. That's what you're expecting, right? And the third thing I hate about it is the plastic part, the plastic fender and the cover outside the scooter. Those things get so easy to crack. It's because the ABS plastic outside is very cheap. And let's say let's say one of the light bulb of your scooter went out, burned out, and then you have to open the cover up, right? But when you open the cover up, you replace the light bulb, and then when you install it back in, you tight one the screw a little bit tighter than usual, and now you're gonna have a problem. And now the one of the fender is cracked. So now instead of having one problem you easily fix, now you have a cracked fender that you have to try to figure out how to fix it. Because if you don't, then that the area it's not going to be secure, and when you're riding, you're going to get a lot of rattling noise that you don't want. So your brand new scooter right now is going to be damaged, and that's not anyone want it to happen. Now the fall part is the thing. The fall part is thing I hate the most is getting the correct part number. So basically, your scooter is there, but you know that's it. They don't provide you any you know label where and where's the part number is. And most of the case, you just have to do your own Google, right, to match up whatever the picture you have and the bad part you have from online. If it's look the same, then it might fit. So let's say, for example, like if you buy a carburetor, right? So the carburetor, they have a lot of size, like the 26 mm, the 28, 30, 32, can be any size, right? And now you have to figure out what size is the carburetor on your scooter before you bought it online to get it fixed, right? If it's broken. And usually, for like, let's say you bought a Honda, you call up to the dealer and you just tell them the year and the brand, and then they figured out all that part number, right, and they order for you. Now this one, you doing the dealer work, right? Basically you have to do your own research. You have to find exactly what it is, and then you order, right? And like many people, you might make a mistake like me. For a carburetor, it's a big stuff, but let's say it's small stuff, you basically have to do a wild guess, and hopefully it will fit your scooter, and hopefully it will get a run. So getting the part is, there's part everywhere online, you can find it. It's just the right one for your scooter is hard. And also with the fender and stuff like that, there's no part number for fender. And then let's say my scooter right now, if I have one of my fender is broke, and then if I try to replace it, it's gonna be hard to find exactly the right one. So basically there's no way you can find it because there's nothing can help you out on getting one, right? So basically you have to try your best to fix your old one and get it repaired as much as you can, and let's go with that, right? So now we get to number 5. So number 5 is only happen in the first year, because you bought a Chinese scooter and you went online, you probably do research about it and you heard a lot of horrible story about it. So during the first year, you always have that worry in the back of your mind that your scooter might be break down. So you do regular checkup more than usual and do the maintenance more than usual. And that's what I hate. It's not like you buying a Honda, you got a warranty first year, anything break down, you just go in there and ask them to replace it and repair it, right? But for a Chinese scooter, right, you are the dealers, right? So even though they said they give you 1 year warranty, you probably not gonna get it, right? So basically you have to do your own research, your own fix, do everything by yourself, basically. So the first year, when you bought a Chinese scooter, you always have that 50-50. You might got a good scooter, you're lucky you got a good scooter, or else you get the lemon one. So in the back of your mind, you always have to worry about that, and that's the thing I hate the most. You worry a possible breakdown. And after the first year, and you kind of in the process of learning all the basic maintenance and all the fix and all the basically all the things that require you to maintain the scooter in the correct way, right? So you're in the learning process. So basically the first year is the hardest one, and after the first year you already know what happened, how the machine works and everything, how it works. So it's easier, so you don't have to worry about it anymore. So the first year is the hardest year. Personal for me, it's the hardest. So that's why I hate. And after you get through the first year, and if your scooter is still running fine, then guess what? It's gonna last for a long time. So that's the last one, and that's the number 5. So I know some of you, if you own a scooter, you probably have the same experience I am, and it's just one of those things that that you go through. So hopefully you enjoy the video, and you guys have a safe ride, and I'll see you guys on our next video.